Hello and welcome to the professionals. My name is Tan, your host today. We have with us Mr. Rakesh, the MD of Harvest Media Vietnam. Welcome, Rakesh.
Thank you, Then. It's my pleasure to be here.
Sure. Um, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what your company does?
My name is Rakesh, as you just mentioned. Uh, I've been working with Harvest Media since last 4 years here in Vietnam. We are basically a full-fledged communication agency. While we started in Vietnam as a pure media agency, but now globally we are trying to move towards the village concept. So we are a full-fledged village, as I said, where we work alongside our creative team, the content team, and the production teams. So while I represent the media part of the village.
So in Harvest family, we do from end to end brand building services.
Yes, at Havas we believe in in providing end-to-end solutions to the client, because we believe that today the need of the hour, the requirement of the client is to not deal with multiple agencies in different aspects of the communication, but to interact with as few people as possible, as few teams as possible. So therefore, we have moved into this village concept wherein the idea is to provide all end-to-end solutions to the client under one roof.
But dealing with a lot of clients from different industry, what are some characteristics of good marketing professionals you came across?
Having been in the industry for the last 2 decades, I've really come across some really good professionals. And some of the characteristics I've seen in them is they really take their team along with them. They try to bring in all their past experiences to practice, and at the same time have due respect to the others' experience as well as knowledge. And they try to move with the time. It's not that they just come with a baggage and just try to stick to that. Of course, experience really matters to them, but then they try to learn a lot from the environment, and that's something like some of the good qualities I've seen in hardcore professionals.
So you bring up an interesting point, which I like to ask for your advice and reflection. When you say that the team, the good marketing professional, gave the respect to the team
Yeah.
and their partners.
Yeah.
So how do they do that?
Normally, we see that the more the experienced person gains, he bring those experiences to practice by making others follow them. But a hardcore professional or a good professional would not necessarily come with those baggages, but would try to learn or try to gain whatever little experiences the others might have, and try to listen to their opinions before bringing his opinions to on the floor. So, yes.
So not necessarily you need to be forceful and forcing people.
Absolutely.
You keep your mind open, keep your ears open.
Absolutely.
What are some of the misconceptions people have about media and also other brand building services that are under your care?
I've seen that largely, when you talk about media or media planning or media investments for that matter, people just think that, okay, it's all about just placing an ad once it's created on the media, or it's just purely buying media. But I believe media is much more beyond that. It's all about having a thorough knowledge of your media, having a thorough knowledge of your brand, your consumer habits, your lifestyle of the consumers, and most importantly, the market, the competitive environment of the market. And once you understand all these touch points, all these key pillars,
Yes.
you would be able to, do a very good media planning or a media investment, because every penny really matters. It's not just about investing on media, going on investing on media. It's actually bringing value to that investment, giving ROI to each and every penny.
Yes. So that's interesting because you said that the good professional bring the teams along.
Yeah.
And they also bring media team also in
Yeah.
the very early phase of the planning.
Absolutely.
Right? But a lot of time people are afraid of sharing information.
Absolutely.
Is it a right kind of worries to have?
So therefore, it's really important for both the partners, the agent the agency as well as the client to have that understanding very well right at the partnership initiation stage.
Yep.
uh, and have a proper non-disclosure agreement between
Yes.
them
Yes.
that this information would be really kept confidential uh, and would be used to the best possible extent, and the information is not shared everywhere.
Yes.
We are not in a stage, we're not in an age where a client needs to really treat an agency as an agent.
Yes.
They have to treat each other as partners. And once they have that understanding very well, then we are actually working in an age where data is really important. And
Yes.
that data can really be brought to a very, very good use. And that has a very good linkage to the return on investments.
I see. So if you want better return on investment, the information should flow.
Absolutely. The more information flows, the more better use you bring those information to practice.
So as a matter of fact, a lot of times ABM or BM don't get to make decision
Yeah.
on a big campaign, where to spend money and all that. But apparently they're the front line,
Yeah.
working with media agency, with brand agency, brand building partners.
Sure.
So what would be your advice so that they can work better with partners like with ours?
I believe, in the entire ecosystem, everyone has an important role to play. And the moment a person realizes that, he would be able to, bring value to it. So my advice to the ABMs or the BMs who work very closely with the agencies would be that you need to understand your value in the entire value chain. And once you understand that, it doesn't really matter whether you're the decision maker or not. Ultimately, you're playing your part. And you need to understand that that particular part is so important that would help your superiors, whoever is taking the call, take a informed decision.
A lot of times there will be conflict,
Yeah,
there will be
yeah.
friction working with teams and
Absolutely.
all that. In Asia, largely we tend to have this culture of finger pointing that you are wrong, you're wrong. But the professional ones would have handled it way better.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
you give us some example? Especially you have to work with
Yeah.
various kind of marketing.
Yeah. So therefore, in my career, I've really seen a lot of frictions, a lot of conflicts happening between the teams. But the way the professionals whom I've come across handled it is by giving a thorough thought to it,
Yep.
having a thorough discussion with whomever they have been having the conflicts with. And I've seen that particular discussion has really helped them, both the team, both the parties having the conflicts. And they have mutually, professionally resolved that beautifully. And once they've been able to resolve it, they have seen bringing value to a particular project. So, in short, I think any conflict can be really resolved by having a thorough discussion
I see.
between the professional. All it requires is, every professional needs to just sit back, relax, and think for a while. And once they do that, I think they will surely be able to bring better solution.
When we work with subject matter experts like media
Yeah.
and other brand building elements that you do, how much of involvement should they go in?
Yeah.
A lot of time, young marketing people say that, hey, we have an expert working on it.
Yeah.
But they either go involved so much in detail that
Yeah.
they're just judging the work of expert, or sometimes they keep distance themselves so much.
Right.
So what would be advice on striking the right kind of balance?
Of course, it's good to leave particular work to the expert up to a certain extent, because that would actually give the freedom to that expert to work around that and come back to the best solution. But at the same time, for the clients or for the BMs for that matter, who would want to extract the work from the agency, it might be important for him to have at least a knowledge of what's going around. He might not have all the technical qualities, technical understanding, but then it's good to understanding at least a macro perspective of it, and have a fruitful discussion with the agencies who are executing it.
I see.
So once they do that, once they have it, I think it's going to be beneficial for the teams.
A lot of times people are afraid of asking questions
Yeah.
because they think that they would look stupid. Is
Yeah,
it the
yeah.
case?
I have really seen that here. I think that's largely a case perhaps
But
these days.
does it make sense?
I certainly don't think it makes sense because in this world, I mean, I believe no one knows everything. We're in such a fast growing stage, wherein 70 to 80% of the things are not known to the people. In fact, the professionals, I'm sure, would not know everything in the world. So it's actually nice to be foolish, nice to be open-minded, and keep asking questions to the respective specialists.
Oh, that's very noble. What would be a few things that marketing professional can do to give a sense of partnership, to make our partner feel a little bit more relaxed in working with us deeper?
Yeah. I think the marketers these days need to be treating the agencies as partners. And when you treat your partners, when your agencies as partners, then you have to be sharing information with regard to your key objectives in terms of marketing objectives. Gone are the days where the marketers used to share with the agencies purely just the media objective or just the creative objective. The objectives in our industry used to be just to the extent of, building my brand awareness,
Yes.
score from here to
Yes,
there,
yes.
or just achieving so many GRPs or so many impressions. But these days, the discussion should not just be limited to that. The discussions need to be beyond that. It needs to be more about how to improve your market share, how to improve your sales, and if those kind of discussions happen between the partners, then it's going to be a thorough discussion, and everyone is going to feel the value of the work, the importance of the work, and they're going to bring the right value to the table.
I see. What would be some advice you would share
Yeah.
with the young aspiring marketing professionals
Mhm.
for them to grow up?
I think the young marketing professionals need to have the right attitude, most importantly. And when I say right attitude, I would say they need to have, respect their superiors in the industry. Try to get maximum knowledge from them. One of the things we've seen is the youngsters,
Yes.
who just pass out from the college, because they're more tech savvy and everything, they try to grow very fast, and therefore they try to, jump into the entrepreneurial frame of mind and try to start their own business or something. It's actually good to have that kind of mindset, but they should not forget that, beyond that, it's actually also important to have the expert knowledge from the people who have had fair bit of experience in the industry. So having the right attitude is the most important thing for them. Beyond that, they have to be trying to inculcate good work ethics, have respect for their co-workers in the working space, and keep working hard.
I see. Yeah. So thank you very much, Rakesh, for joining us today.
Thank you, Dan. It was very nice to be here and share my past experiences. I hope it was useful. Thank you.
Sure.